Hi, and welcome to Debbie's Stairs demo. You're not seeing me. There I am. I thought I'd give you a round trip quick of my madness today. I have been working on anything and everything. I have just, sometimes when you just feel yucky, you want to do something. Well, when I feel yucky, I like to get out my inks and paints and stamps and paper to tear and rip apart. So this is part of my madness. Wait, it just keeps getting better and better. I'm not even going to show you the floor because I've got a lot of stuff down on the floor. But you see that? It is a holy terror mess everywhere. I mean, I have to move stuff just to trim my paper. But I've been doing a lot of tearing. So you get to see me in my natural habitat on a yucky day. No, it's actually turned out to be pretty decent. So, I learned something new. I picked up this book, Holidays and Celebrations, Sommerset Holidays and Celebrations. Jen Lowe did these really cute ATC cards. And you see there's a Hanukkah menorah and a Star of David. And over here, you see another menorah and the word hope. And then there was some flourishes there. But there was a technique in there that she showed, and I wanted to do it. So I have done nothing but play with the hot glue gun all day. It's a cool hot glue gun. It's just my little bitty, probably about 20-year-old glue gun. And a craft mat, and some stamps. And now Jen freehand. I can't freehand very well. So I resorted to using stamps on a craft mat. So let me bring you down, and I'm going to show you what I did, or what I'm doing. There's one project I'm working on that I can't wait to show you. I have an acrylic block, and then I have a Wendy Vecchi Studio 490 from Stampers Anonymous stamp on here. I love them because they've got the built-in cushion already. Gives me a good clean. Now this particular stamp is just a single line all the way around. And when you're using your hot glue gun for what we're doing, basically you need something simple or you need to freehand. You can see I'm using a craft mat. Actually, this is Susie Weinberg's craft mat from Melt Art, right, which is also Ranger's. It's identical, as far as I know, to the one that Tim Holtz has with Ranger. It's just small. And that works for me when I do demos. I'm using Stays-On ink because I don't want it to go anywhere. And although it will clean off of this, it works a little bit longer than the other inks that do not stick on it whatsoever. So, and I just stamp anywhere I want to on my sheet. And make sure it just stamps on there good. Pick it up. And you can see I've got a really nice, clean Christmas tree. What you want to do with your glue gun, once it gets heated up, you want to play for a while. I mean, I'm still in the playing mode, and I'll show you some of the things I've been playing with. But it's so much fun. You can do Halloween and Christmas, and you can do your own lettering, and it is really cool. And so if you run out of something, or if you need something to pop, pull out your cool hot glue gun, whatever, and it works. So I'm just going to find a straightaway. And I'll try as much as I can to keep it where you can see. I've got it lifted up just a little bit. I'm not touching the mat because I just want some thickness going there once I get going. I don't want it too thick because it will, start making swirly lines like I just did. Keep pulling your trigger. Keep going as long around. It does not have to be perfect. No. That's the purpose of this, is not to have it perfect. Now, here's the trick. When I get down to the end here, my trigger, there is a string, so I'm going to grab the glue. It's going to dry, and I'm just going to pop it off. Woohoo, that one didn't pop off as well. All that aside. That was something I had to learn because it was everywhere to start with. And heat again, and go. Just keep going. Just take your time. This is not an in a hurry deal. But you just want to make sure you keep it down. And you can always go back over it because all the hot glue will do is melt back into other hot glue. And I'm glad these are wiggly lines so that you're not going to be able to tell if I did it right or wrong when you get finished. And I don't think there is a right and wrong to art. Not this time. And what you can do too while this is hot, especially on a Christmas tree or anything, you can put your bling in it while it's still hot. And it will set in there. So if you wanted to decorate the Christmas tree, yeah, this would be good. I'm going to try and see if I can get my last little bit down here. I missed a little bit, so I'm going to just go back and catch it. Add a little bit more to it. Come on, you. And you want it to come back and connect. Okay, pull it up. Let it dry a second. It's a cool one, so it's going to pop right out. So you can see all the wiggles from where you're at. And two, if it gets off a little bit, like I've got a few strings here, my fingernail will take care of it. Don't try to cut. It's just glue, so all you need to do is just use your fingernail. You never want to put a knife on this anyways. So just, use your fingernail to get off any little pieces that you want. Okay? So set this aside. Make sure someone I'll lay it down. Now, because the ink will some at times, make sure. See, that's how fast this thing is. That's the reason I thought, ooh, we can do a demo with this one. I'm going to pull this up. The ink does come up with it somewhat, but that's okay. You put any color ink you want to it. See, you've got a wonderful Christmas tree. You see, I've been working today. I'm not kidding. I have been playing wonderfully great with this today. I have some Adirondack alcohol inks, and this is Meadow. So, in other words, a nice tree green. Shake it up. And you probably don't have to do this much, but I like the dark color. And just drip. When it drips, it actually runs. It'll follow. If you'll notice, it's just following down. And I'm just touching it to it. And it runs. I guess it just follows the path of the glue underneath. Alright. Jump, 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 jump. Now this dries fast. Also, now I'm going to flip it over and just, oops, and give it a little more ink. Just touch it here and there. And you'll say, well, didn't it go through? Well, it's like an epoxy now. And so you just sort of have to do both sides. It just gives you a darker look. It's according to how dark you want it or how light you want it. And I can, whenever you're working with alcohol inks, I will leave my ink on there and it will dry. But if I'm still working on projects, I can always add a little bit of the blending solution and just drip it on there. Use my ink pen or my paintbrush. Man, so I told you it was a foggy day today. And just take it and use it again and again until it's gone. Or I could just put a little bit on there, get it wet again, and run something through it just like that. See how I'm just running it around in there? And I like to just let that set a minute. Okay. Now I have a Christmas tree I can decorate. And I could have put some rhinestones in as I went. But I love my little Christmas tree. Now I have two. I've got the making of a forest here at this point. This is what I made. Just as a sample, I was playing. This is a stamp by Wendy Vecchi's, the Studio 490. It's a poinsettia stamp. And I just did each layer and then twisted and turned it around. And then put a cranberry alcohol ink from Adirondack on it. This is part of the flower stamp too. And I just got a little piece of it. And then I inked it green. And then I put some white dabber. Snow dabber on here, just a teeny bit. Again, it's another one over here of her stamps, and I just ran it through some of I just sort of blobbed on some snow cap and touched it to the end, just sort of pushed it into the paint. I'll show you a sneak peek. Sneak peek real fast. Oh, that's it, because it's not finished by a long shot. I love Yucky days because I get to do stuff like that and nobody in the house minds. You have a wonderful, blessed day. And if you have a yucky day, go out and grab you some paper, some ink, some stamps, and just rip into it and get to feeling better. Okay? Have a beautiful day.